Amazing Cities from the Americas. In this text, you'll read about the conquest of some cities in America, called the Indies by the Spanish, and you'll recognize the names of some geographical features. The conquest of America is both amazing and sad. The men who arrived in 1492 marveled at the gold and silver, discovered unknown plants and animals, and beheld jungles, beaches, and imposing mountains. But they also made alliances to enslave many of its inhabitants and steal their riches. Christopher Columbus claimed the riches of the Caribbean islands and Central America. Others saw and exploited the greatness of these civilizations in remote cities. In 1519, with the help of natives, Herman Cortez and his soldiers found a city built in the middle of a lake. It was Tenochtitlan, the capital of the Mexicas. It had streets and canals that connected the island with the rest of the territory. There were plazas, markets, and grandiose temples. Cortez and his troops took the city, assassinated the Emperor Montezuma, and set up the viceroyalty of New Spain right there. A decade later, Francisco Pizarro heard of a kingdom rich in gold and silver. He obtained the necessary money and troops, and in 1533 sailed south across the Pacific Ocean. After several unsuccessful expeditions, Pizarro crossed the Andes Mountains with some soldiers and reached Cusco, the capital of the Inca Empire. There he found a great city, laid out in the shape of a puma, with temples and palaces made of stone. It was the capital of a rich and enormous empire. Pizarro conquered the Inca by kidnapping and assassinating their emperor Atahualpa. In Cusco, the Spaniards then built churches and convents on the ruins of the Inca Empire. In 1538, Gonzalo Jimenez de Quesada and an army of 900 soldiers climbed mountains and fought with indigenous tribes in search of the imaginary city of El Dorado. Instead, they reached a high plateau with a temperate climate, fertile lands, and gold and salt mines. The Bogota Savanna in the Colombian Andes was the territory of the Musicas and the Chibchas, who lived off agriculture and used gold for their ceremonies. The Spaniards subjugated the Indians and founded the new kingdom of Granada there.